Well, last week we showed you how to become a gynecologist, and this week on How to Do It, we're going to show you how to play the flute, how to split an atom, how to construct a box girder bridge, and how to irrigate the Sahara Desert and make vast new areas of land cultivatable. But first, here's Jackie to tell you all how to rid the world of all known diseases. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I'm sure a lot of people were gratified to see that Obama had his own lawyer investigate himself and came to the startling conclusion that he in fact had no contact with Governor Blagojevich. Well, of course, as I have said before, having walked through that house of shit and come out the other side, it's a real stretch of the fucking imagination to think that he did not get tainted a little bit by what was going on in Illinois and Chicago. So, for the record, I do not believe him. And anybody who does is a fucking moron. Of course, there is also, I've seen in a couple newspapers today, there is a bit of rankling amongst the progressives who are a big part of Obama's support by all the appointments that he's made to his cabinet, being that they're all not progressives and Clinton-era throwbacks and political hacks. So I read a very good quote by someone in a who works for a black progressive organization, who described the rampant activity of those who continue to support Obama as being like a bacchanalian orgy, and they're making them akin to being high on drugs because they're not facing reality of life. Any progressives out there who still harbor the idea that Obama is going to provide something in the way of progressive direction for this country need to fucking wake up! Because you're fucking stupid! If you're still living high on the fucking win and don't recognize that he's selling you down the fucking river right fucking now, because all he is another corporate fucking shill. Just like every fucking politician who ever came before him. Get off your fucking cloud nine and face fucking reality. He's not going to do a fucking thing for you. Face up to it. Move on. President Bush, while touring Iraq and Afghanistan, had shoes thrown at him by an irate Iraqi reporter. Now, I want to make one real quick comment here. What is up with the Secret Service? Now, personally, I wish the shoes would have hit the fucker in the face. Both of them. But isn't it their fucking job to prevent things like this from happening? Where the fuck were they? Why didn't they jump out and throw themselves in front of the deadly shoes? It just makes you wonder, what the fuck? Okay, I ain't got no love for the motherfucker. Alright? If he got hit in the face by 2 fucking shoes, I'd be laughing my fucking ass off. But there are people that are supposed to be there to protect him from those kind of activities. Where the fuck were they? I wonder if this was a message for Obama and what he might face whenever he gets into office. Nah, that couldn't be. Pelosi wants money from the TARP bailout funds to be used for homeowners who are in danger of or actively in foreclosure. So I guess this would mark what? If in fact this happens, this would be what? Let me see how many things she's done while she's been in office. That would make one! One fucking thing the stupid bitch has done while she's been in office. If it even fucking passes. So I'm sure they'll go back to quibbling about the paltry billions for the auto industry while all the trillions continue to race out of the fucking Federal Reserve's banks to bail out everybody else. And I guarantee you right now that there will not be a fucking thing for the homeowners. There will not be one fucking dime for homeowners. If there is, it'll be a long and fucking complicated process to go through, I'm sure, and whatever relief you get will be limited. Bush says in a rather surprisingly candid statement that the war in Afghanistan is going to be long and costly. Well, where did he get that idea from? We've been there for what, 7 fucking years? He didn't listen to anybody but Rumsfeld, Rummy, the fucking drunk. You don't need troops on the ground. We should have never went in there in the first place. Let me get that right out there in front. Should have never fucking went in the place in the first place, okay? But once we did, you cannot win a war without having troops on the ground. And Rumsfeld fucked up the whole fucking thing. So now we're looking at even more time there. So smart, real smart for you to catch on, George. There's going to be a long fucking war in Afghanistan. Gee, do you think 7 fucking years is a long time? What's it going to be? 14, 21, 28. Shall I go on? The Electoral College meets. Apparently the grassroots effort has failed to influence any of the Electoral College to question Obama's legitimacy to hold the office of president based on the fact that he was not born in this country, if in fact that's true. There was quite a bit of agitation in that front, and I think that it's indicative of a move in this country to a more activist stance, and I think that's a good sign as long as people keep to it. The problem is in this country, people have very short attention spans, and after a while they start to not give a shit again. So if you can stay focused, America, for 2 fucking seconds, maybe you can get something rolling. And I was gratified to see that the Constitutional Convention vote in Ohio failed. So we need to keep on top of this, as I've said before. We need to keep on top of this so that this is not perverted into something that further destroys our Constitution, which has already been fucking shredded by the Bush administration and the past 25, 30 years of everybody else in office. So stay on top of it. Keep focused. Thank you. Good night.